Hello again. It is now official that Labour will not be entering a candidate in the Rochdale by-election at the end of this month. This makes it very likely that George Galloway, leading a new fringe party, will win the election. It's hard to imagine how Labour has managed to pull such a defeat out of the bag, as it was a few weeks ago more or less a foregone conclusion that they would sweep the board in Rochdale. They have, however, fallen out with Muslim voters in a big way lately, and if they were relying upon the Muslim vote at the next general election, then they're probably out of luck. Keir Starmer is increasingly in a desperate situation, probably in his domestic setting, his home life as well. His wife is an observant Jew, obviously, and his children are being raised in that way too, which must add an extra dimension of difficulty to his views on Israel and the Middle East. As I pointed out yesterday, the problems in the Middle East are now casting a very big shadow in this country, and views are becoming more polarised day by day. This is likely to become even more pronounced when the Israelis begin the assault on Rafah this week. Just to remind viewers, there are around 4 million Muslims in this country, over 6% of the population. Until a few months ago, almost all of them would have been voting Labour in the next election, which would make a huge difference to Labour's prospects. Now, several organisations are urging Muslims to boycott Labour, and if independent Muslim candidates stand, then they may well have a realistic chance of winning in some Muslim areas, which Labour has always regarded as being their strongholds. I regard this personally as a dreadful prospect, that our political system should start to be split on religious lines. Older viewers will perhaps remember that this is how it was in Northern Ireland in the 1960s, and I seem to recollect that it ultimately led to some pretty serious problems. Since the end of the Second World War, people in England voting for anything other than Labour, Conservative or the Liberals have in effect wasted their votes, because none of the communist, fascist or independent candidates get in. Now, though, it seems as though that might be about to change. Will a Labour candidate get in Tower Hamlets or Newham in a general election? It seems unlikely the way things are going at the moment. But what about an independent Muslim who stood on an anti-Zionist manifesto? I should think such a person would probably win a landslide victory in Tower Hamlets. In this way, immigration is reshaping our political system, and the implications of this are immense. If independent Muslim candidates have a chance of getting in, then why not independent British nationalists, say? I view all this with a good deal of foreboding. The two-party system has served us well over the years, and I'm far from convinced that its destruction would make this country a more stable place. As I said yesterday, our political system is now affected greatly by events in the Middle East and South Asia, and I'm not at all sure that that's a development which is to be welcomed.